Hello all, Havoc here. Let's get ready to play some Space Engineers. Okay, this episode we're going to start off a little different. Well, occasionally we do this from time to time. I'm going to go through the mod list so you guys can see what's going on. Haven't had somebody ask, so I thought I'd beat them to the punch. I knew it was overdue. We did add two more new mods. This one here, the Helicarrier Thruster. We're going to show it really quick and figure out what's going on with it. And then we also added the Sage hover engines. Hopefully they're not as big as Sage's last thruster, because, yeah, that thing was just massive. It did what it was supposed to, but it was just way too damn big. So, all right. So just to be different, we're going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to scroll up. And so at any point in time, feel free to pause along the way. And, yeah, we're going to go through this here real quick. A lot of these I could probably trim out, but we're in the process of me redoing the Kestrel. It's been tough to figure out what is vanilla and what isn't anymore. So I've been redoing for those that don't know, the Kestrel, or the Mark 1 of the Amelia that's in orbit. I'm trying to reskin to a vanilla mod, or a no mod version. And there we are at the top. So we can upload that to the workshop so you guys can get a copy of it. But I've done it 3 times where I pasted it in a no mod world, and it still says that there's mods listed. So it's a work in progress. It is coming along now. So all right, we'll see you. Oh wait. All right, we'll see you in the map. Okay, and we're in. In our last episode, we flew off in a very, very far distance to see if there's any suitable areas to go and play. And on my way back, well, battery ran out and I crashed. So the frog's going to need some work. Yeah, it turned around. I flew over. I was doing a circle pass trying to find the mobile base, and I was like, man, where is it? And as I banked and I saw it, it was like, oh, hey, ship fuel critical. And that was it. All right, so what do we got going here? So we are currently in creative mode. I am in creative mode because I want to check out some new thrusters we've added. So these new thrusters are both atmospheric thrusters. One of them is here. It's called the Healy thruster. It's meant to mimic the ones used on the Helicarrier in the Avengers style. And then we have not in here. Where is it? Let's see here. That doesn't work. We also have the Sage thruster, which I'm not sure. I don't remember what it was called. I think it was Hover. Yeah, here it is. The Hover engine. It's for small ships only, so we'll give that a shot here real quick. And let's get rid of this stuff. And let's go back to thrusters. So this has small ship version and large ship version. That's pretty cool. And then these are large ship only. So they're mix and match. Some are large only, some are... That's pretty cool. Alright, so let's look at the small ship variants. Let's go with this guy here, and the small versions of each one of those. And then, how about you and small? And we'll see what those look like. Rah. Okay. Let's go over to the frog. Okay. So compared to this guy. Oh, wow. Substantial difference in size. That's pretty cool. It's going to make for some interesting designs. Let's go ahead and build it out a couple. Let's rotate one, shall we? So we can see what it looks like underneath. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's Very well done. Alright, let's see what number 5 looks like. Okay, it just has a housing around it. Oh, it's got some mass to it. Holy crap, does it. Alright, so let's go with number 6. This is supposed to be the... Oh, no, number 7. We want this... Holy crap. So that was the small, this is the large. Wow. Holy. Okay, so small ship, stay with small ship. See, if you're making a small ship gone wild, man, this is definitely the thruster for you. Holy crap. Alright. So, yeah, that's that. And then we have the Sage Hover thruster. Looks like so. It's pretty cool. It's got some arrows that shows you which direction the thrust is going to be going. So that's going to be going to our left. You can see the little black and gold. Hey, yeah, there we go. The black and gold arrows that direction right there. And then, so yeah, you just change the direction you're facing it. So we're going to mount it going upward now, like so. If there was not so much crap in the way. And so this will change the direction it's facing, so it's going to go that direction. So we put it... Get up there. There we go. Put it, climb up here. So now it's going to be pointing upward, I think. Yeah, so now we have upward or downward thrust, however you want to look at it. So the direction you face it is the direction it's going to project, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So I got to rebuild this guy. It's such a pain. And alright, so that's that. So the reason I was looking at these is because I'm thinking about making this a little bit more mobile, and maybe even removing wheels altogether and just going to a hover system to where we get where we want to go and just land. This is an awesome idea, and I'm actually surprised it worked, but we quickly got stuck. I busted a wheel off, even with reducing friction and power, and it still ended up just causing a whole tremendous amount of damage. And to keep it safe, I ended up plunging this into the ground, which caused more damage, and so yeah. So that's what I'm looking at is going away from this style. I'm not even sure if this is going to be enough power to get this thing off the ground, which I don't think it is. But if it isn't, then we can turn around and throw a couple of these underneath, or even replace the floor with these. That might be a feasible option too. And then some landing gear, pretty much the entire perimeter, so we can get a decent amount of absorption. Might go to those little orbs for this. If we go to the full hover, we'll go to the landing orbs, the little ball, because they'll give us some bounce. Actually, it gives a whole lot of bounce and the ability to still lock down. So, all right. So I'm going to get out of creative mode, and when we come back, we'll start working on getting these thrusters built and seeing if it's enough thrust to get this thing off the ground. So see you on the other side of the cut. Alright, so we're back. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to tear the frog down since we don't really need it right now. We're going to cut it all up, and then we're going to use all these components to get the mobile base online. We can build lots of frogs if the base is online and working properly. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Come on. And okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all these supplies and we're going to start getting each one of these engines welded up. Come on, let me in there. And so we need construction components, large steel tubes, and more construction components. Yeah, we're short on supplies. Oh, hey, I need those. Hide empty, yeah. Oops. Alright, so it is what we got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to work on this and get the frog cut up. And then once we're done with that, I'll bring you guys back and show you what we need in the way of resources to get manufacturing again. So see you on the other side of the cut. Okay, so a little update. I had no idea that the frog had a crap ton of inventory in it that was left over from our main base. So now I'm playing Pack Mule and running it all back and forth. As number one rule is to always check your inventory on a container before you break it down. Who knows what was in that one when it exploded. But I thought I'll let you guys... Oh, that was so cool watching the thing tip. So I adjusted the strength on the suspension. You can see that those aren't even touching. To get it unstuck. We were quite a ways away from where the frog crashed. And we were stuck in such a way that we weren't able to move the base at all to move it towards the frog. So I was literally having to fill my inventory up and run probably 3-4 times this distance away. And it really sucks having to do that when, in theory, you have a mobile platform. So what I'm going to do is I'm continue to work on this. We've got a lot of supplies now. Hopefully enough to at least see if we can make a dent into what we're trying to do. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's see here. So inventory. Actually, we want those. We'll keep those. And we want those. So let's take all the large tubes we have, which is all those. Alright, so we're 20 construction components away from having that motor online. And this one's missing. I don't know why. So construction components and motors. This one's done. And construction components and motors. Alright, so let's take a look here. Oh wait, we need to place this one. G. I typed in there, I swear. Thrust. There we go. This guy. Steel plates. Curses. Foiled again. Inventory. Let's throw all of it. Well, that's not a lot of motors, but okay. So let's throw all the motors in we got, which wasn't a lot. Okay, so construction components and motors. Alright, so all of you and all of you. That one's done. So my hopes are that this is enough thrust to get this thing off the ground and hold a hover. Power consumption is going to be a whole nother issue. I don't know if we're going to have enough power to actually hold it hover, which I'm kind of doubting. That's a metric butt ton of juice that you're going to need to hold a hover. Inventory. So I needed some metal grids, I think, and that's, oh wait, we need some more construction components for that one. Okay, so this one should be done. Okay. That one's done. That one's done. Done. And a glitchy done. A glitchy done. There we go. Alright, so that's that. So, alright, let's actually just hop in real quick and see if this works. Yeah. Alright. So in theory, only one's working. Oh, probably because that whole station thing. Let's try doing this though. See if this has something to do with it. Owned by me. Yes. Shared with my faction. Inertial temperatures are off. Alright, so it looks like we need to do the whole replacement of those. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and cut down the rest of the frog, and we'll be right back on the other side of the cut. Okay, so here we go. Let's give this a shot, see how far we can get off the ground. It's bouncing. Let's hop out real quick. I think the reason it's bouncing is because of, let's see here, control panel, rear door, down. Okay. So the reason it's bouncing is one suspension. I could probably take that out if I could reach. Alright, so that will be a little bit more of an indicator of whether or not the thruster is actually working, because we obviously be able to see it thrust. So one of the things they added in the game on Thursday's patch was new tools. We'll go over that here in a second. Wanted to get this beast rolling, or mobile. I guess rolling is going to be a bad term, huh? Come on. So it looks like I need to do those thrusters as well, because they never started adding propulsion. So we're going to need to climb out there somehow and get those fixed as well. So climb in here real quick, roll up the back door. That's working out really well. I really like that. Oh, that was one way to get rid of a tree. Holy crap, that was awesome. Alright, so let's see what happens. Alright, it looks like they're all working, it's just they're not thrusting downward, so. And I can't use spacebar for up and use the wheels at the same time, because spacebar is also the brakes for the wheels. So it'd be nice to just continue to back this guy up a bit. And head it back towards the base. So the last thing I want to do is go and get it stuck on the same hill that caused this whole problem to begin with. Oh, we're making progress. There we go. So stiffening up the suspension as much as I did was a really bad idea, but it got us out of that hole. As you can see, we're now moving again, and we can head towards base and get some repairs done. We're obviously going to need some more thrusters on this thing if we want to actually lift it off the ground. So that's something we're going to work on here in a little bit to get this thing more dependable as far as not getting stuck somewhere. It's park. Yes, alright. Parking brakes are initiated. Parking brake number 2 is, of course, lowering down this guy. Like that, turn it off, and then lower down our rear ramp. So between those two, we can lock this thing down in place. It's pretty cool. I like it. So let's take a quick look. Before we wrap up the episode, let's take a quick look at the new tools. So character tools. Oh no, that's going to be that. So we need to go to a production facility. So let's run over to the base real quick as the light is fading. So one of my goals is what I wanted to start doing is I want to get our mobile base mobile and head it over towards the lake so we can start harvesting ice to get hydrogen so we can head towards the moon. I think if we get uranium back down on the surface, we can actually make a hovering craft because we'll have uranium, and we're going to have to go to the moon to find that kind of stuff. So if you go to productions and go to new tools, we now have 3 tiers of equipment. So you're going to have, 4. The standard one, enhanced, proficient, and elite. And as you go up in the recipe gets drastically more expensive. So if we get over to here, we're going to need silver now, and then we get over here, we need platinum. Platinum being rare on the planet surface makes it harder to come by. So, and that goes for grinders, hand drills, welders, and there's different weapons now as well. So you have rapid fire and standard automatic rifle, and then you have more of a precision rifle, and then the original standard one. So, and like I said, each one of these gets more and more expensive. So like this one here, they added silicone, and then it goes to silver, and then it goes to platinum. Whereas this guy here, between here and here, the recipe gets really expensive. And then they added silver in, and then they added platinum in. So, yeah, so I thought I'd share that with you guys. So, yeah, so I'm going to do some repairs, get the mobile base back online to the way it should be, and probably swap out these thrusters here for the ones we just got in the last pack. Going to be these guys here. Let's see what the small ones look like on the large ship. Whoa, those are the smalls? Holy Shazbot. Wow, that's the small. So small, large ship. What about the ones for just large ship? Let's see here. Let's try that and see what that looks like. Holy shenanigans. I don't even know. Really? Holy crap. That guy, where the modder author for that one is not joking on the size of their mod. Yeah, I was thinking the Sage Thruster was insanely oversized. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we're going to wrap it up here. And with the insanely large thruster. This is Havoc. Have fun and keep gaming.